very few things in this world more annoying than a fiddle played out of tune. And this is one of the things that we are going to be working on our entire life, is getting in tune, more in tune. And of course, I've been playing now for about almost 50 years, and the more you get in tune, the more you hear, and the more you hear, the more you wind up working to get more in tune. So it's a never-ending struggle. Sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have a day when you're just in tune and it feels so great. There's just something about an in-tune note on this instrument that is so beautiful. Hard to beat that. So how do we practice for pitch? How do we think about getting in tune, more and more in tune? Well, there's a lot of different things. First thing is just hearing pitch, being able to hear pitch, listening to the radio, singing along with the radio, trying to get in pitch with, if somebody's singing, just training your ear, just getting in there. So if you're listening to something on the radio going, and you're just trying to match that, you can match your open strings. If you get your open strings in tune, just letting your voice guide you, and then your voice guides you, you follow the voice, and then playing a note. Now, when we're just playing the instrument, trying to get the instrument tuned, we can use our open strings to get ourselves in tune. This is great because with fiddling, there's a lot of open strings played. So right there we have a built-in intonation rule. So we might spend a lot of time just hearing how those notes ring together on our instrument. Okay, where is that? Okay, that's a C sharp note, right, against the E string. Where does that sound good? Does it sound good here? Does it sound good there? No. Right in there. Okay, and then of course, when we find it, we want to spend a little time there because, as I said before, our hands are like animals and they like to spend time in a comfortable spot doing the same thing. And the more they do that, the better they get at doing that. So once we find it, give yourself a little time to stay there. There's also another tool, very useful tool for working on your intonation that I personally like a lot, and I just want to show this to you. There's a CD of drones you can get, and there's going to be some text on the screen that's going to show you where and how to get this kind of thing. You could make one yourself of just making your own drones, using your own instrument, recording that. But I was able to make this off of one of those Indian drone boxes, and it's become a very fun tool for playing. So we're just going to hear this drone come up. It's going to be a drone in G, and there it is. You can hear that there's a G note in there, and there's a D note, and then there's, on top of it, there's another G note. So that's 3 notes in there, just all producing this very in-tune drone. Now we can just play, if we play a scale, a G major scale against that, we can see that we want to get that a little more in tune. Great, so we have this very stable reference. So then we can go. And we just go up our scale. Oh, isn't that nice? You can really hear how that A note rings against the G. And we can really, not only are we starting to really hear the intonation, we're also starting to hear the beauty and the internal logic of the intonation, how being in tune can really make a difference in just what you're trying to communicate as a musician. And then we go up to the next note. There's a lot of ways to approach this note. This is the major third, right? Very important note. We're going to be covering more on the major third. It's a part of the arpeggio. We could play it as a bright note, like a piano would play, kind of a happy sound, or we could play it as a very warm, going back and forth between bright and warm, and then go to the 4, the C note, and so forth. Just running through these notes of the scale and how they relate back to the basic G note. So that's a great practice aid, and it really has helped me a lot with the intonation, because even when you don't hear it, you're still thinking about how does that. Again, slow practice, listening to yourself, listening to what is going on, making sure, again, with hopefully, possibly with a mirror, that all your parts are moving correctly, because if you start developing bad habits, it's going to just cause you big problems later on. So we want to keep all these things going and still try to enjoy that, and the drone CD really seems to help kind of help you enjoy this what can be a tedious process, but will really turn out great for you in the end if you keep at it.